Before I begin this episode, I just want to let you guys know that the audio quality of this first episode isn't the best. I'm still trying to figure out the whole Discord and recording thing. I'm trying to remember the settings that I had for it. So if the audio on my mic sounds a little, like a little raunchy, that's why. But hopefully you still enjoy the video. And yeah, tune in for the next one. Yeah, please enjoy. Bye. What's going on, guys? It is TR Gaming, and today I'm bringing you something new. And I haven't really been like recording and uploading much, really at all. Actually, now I really think about it. But I'm here, and I'm here with something new. Welcome to the WTF podcast, What the Fandom, where we talk about all things nerdy, manga, comics, anime, nerd culture, cosplay, anything you can name. We're gonna talk about it, and we talk about the things that most people don't talk about. And if you don't know who I am, TRX Gaming, if you know me through my YouTube channel, but I'm also known as TR Comics. I'm the creator of a manga called Core Light and Darkness, which you can read on Manga Plus Creator. You can follow my Instagram, TR_comics. And yeah, I'm gonna let the other two introduce themselves, get their whole introduction, so you guys can know them and support them and go just, show them love, man. Ladies first, like you said.
All right. Yo. What's up, everybody? It's Ceedar. Now, I'm not new to the anime and gaming community whatsoever, but I just kind of stick to the shadows. I'm an occasional cosplayer, and I game just a little bit. That's just me. I do a little content on the side sometimes if I feel called to do so, and that's about it.
Bet.
Yo. It's DR Marshall, author of your new favorite manga, Infinity Star. Shit, we just trying to get this podcast up and running, man. I haven't been gaming much lately, man, but I'm usually hip to all the new titles. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much all I got. So let's get it.
Bet. All right, so as y'all know, today's topic is about anime characters with worse backstories than the main characters. We all know who they are. At least I think people in the comments will do. If you guys have other opinions, if you have thoughts on them, just let us know down in the comments below. But this is something I've been wanting to talk about for a while. It came up in a conversation that I had with my brother and a few other friends. So I figured this would be a good first episode, like an icebreaker, so y'all can get a look into our thought process behind this stuff. So, DR Marshall, you first.
Yeah, man. So, when it comes to backstories, especially for protagonists, they're not usually that heavy. Some of them have pretty traumatic backgrounds, but they're not really. They're usually pretty simple. Like even when you think of like Demon Slayer, he lost his whole family except for his sister, but it's pretty much like straight to the point.
Yeah.
It's normally like the characters that you kind of meet later in the series that you realize how fucked up their backstories really truly are because there's a lot more content that they can flesh out.
Mm-hmm.
So who I think has a worse backstory than the MC would have to go to Sanji from One Piece. And that would be due to if you start One Piece from the beginning, you get a pretty basic backstory from him, which is he was abducted by a pirate and they both starved on this island together.
Yeah.
But it's not until you kind of get later into the series that you actually find out his true backstory, which is he was bioengineered while still in the womb, while still in his mother's womb, because his father wanted to build a super army based around his children. However, the mom didn't want, when she became hip to what was going on, she was like, fuck that. Like, I don't want my kids to be monsters. Because I think one of the things was, they didn't have emotions. And a matter of fact, there's even a scene in One Piece when all of them are about to be killed. And they're laughing. They're like, well, I guess we out. Like, they're just chilling about it. And so that's what she wanted to prevent. So she found an antidote to take while she was pregnant but it didn't affect all children. It just affected Sanji. So when all the brothers were born, and all the brothers are like all fucking superhuman and meta and shit, Sanji's the only one that's not, and he's normal, and he has all these regular human emotions, and so much so, like he sees his mom is sick because she's dying from giving birth to
Yeah.
whatever the hell they are, and so he takes the time to like cook for his mom, and like he loves her, and he visits her, and all this other shit, and then every time he does that, he gets ridiculed and tormented by his brothers and his father, so much so that they end up throwing him into a cage, and during a raid, Sanji had the opportunity to escape. And when he was trying to escape, his father found him. And you would normally think that like the reaction to that would be like, get your bitch ass back in the cage. But it was his dad was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, I hope you die at sea. Like, you were worthless to me. So it was like he had to, and mind you, all this is happening while he's like 5 years old. So it's like all of that happens. And then he starves on a fucking island after that. So it's like, yo, like, there was the best thing that happened to him was probably meeting Luffy. But up until then, man, like his story is fucked.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about Sanji's backstory, man. Like that's.
That is crazy.
I know that
That's
I remember the Vinsmokes being kind of fucked up, but damn, I didn't I didn't realize it was like that bad. Holy shit.
Yeah, it's,
Because imagine your pops going, yeah, go die, starve. You're useless to me. Like, huh?
when he was in the cage, it's bad enough to be in a cage. Hell, it's bad enough to be in a cage with handcuffs. This motherfucker was in a cage with an iron mask on, bro. Like he couldn't even look out of one eyeball. Like, and he could only eat through like slits in his mask. Like it was that bad. Like he got treated like that by his father.
Mind you, bro was like, what, 5, 6?
5, 6.
Damn.
Ooh.
I know that
Yeah.
One Piece has like a history of having like a lot of main character, or a lot of like the side characters having like these really really tragic like backstories. It's like a whole slew of them. God damn. I guess for me, Piccolo is one I wanted to bring up. Bro, all right. Now I can get this out. Piccolo was literally born to fight another nigga. Like, not only that, he wasn't born out of love. He wasn't born to like, you know, really have somebody just solely surpass him. He was born to have somebody surpass him so he could fight the dude that almost killed the person who was just a previous version of him. And then when he was born, he was on his own. Not only was he on his own, but everybody that saw him treated him differently, specifically because he was green, because he looked different, and everyone treated him like shit, which is part of where Piccolo's spite came from, besides him being like the Demon King's, son and shit like that. But it's just like, bro, you were born to fight another dude out of desperation, and then people treat you differently because you like you look different. And when you just the first time you see somebody and you're like intrigued to like see who they are, they try and like hurt you or brush you off because you look completely different. Animals try to square up with him, so he had to get strong to the point where he could, you know, defend himself, of course. And then not only did he lose to the guy that we're talking, of course we're talking about Goku. Not only did he lose to the guy he was born specifically to fight, while also being born from a rock, by the way. Everybody's like, that's an egg. No, that was a fucking rock. All right, that was a rock. Not only did you lose, you got cucked into training his son.
Yeah,
That is crazy.
And die protecting that same kid. And the reason why I even bring that part up is because Piccolo's still a child. He's still a kid. Piccolo's like only a little bit older than Gohan. Just a little bit.
I think like 2 years.
Yeah, man. And it's like you gotta like you have the whole legacy. Like I think like people still remember Piccolo from being the Demon King, in Dragon Ball. And like I know a lot of them have moved past it, but it's just like, how are you gonna be born through desperation to fight only for the sole purpose of fighting another dude, and you have to win? You don't win, you get cucked into training his kid, and you still die protecting that same kid. Like you form a bond with it, and then have to be a surrogate father because Goku cares about other things than spending time with the son other than training.
Train my son, nigga.
Like, bruh, like,
Crazy. Because imagine how you felt. You mean to tell me your whole life's existence is to fight this one nigga, right? You lose. You're a glorified babysitter for this dude's son. You're better than me. You're so much better than me. I would have offed myself because what? Your whole
yeah.
life's existence?
I
And
had,
you lost? That's
I could add
sick.
a little bit more trauma to that. You could add a little bit more trauma to that because it's like, and then I'm thinking at least I'm a king. I'm Demon King Piccolo. Motherfucker, there's a whole bunch. I'm a regular nigga. There's a whole planet full of me.
Right. Just to find out. You a regular dude. That's sick.
Ain't no bitches on Namek. Like,
That's foul,
hey,
bro.
yo, bro. Oh, man. And then, like, Piccolo is just the start, bro. Think about Vegeta, right? Everybody's like, but Vegeta's royalty. No. For, like, part of the time when Vegeta was a baby, he was royalty. When he became old enough to talk and go to other planets, that nigga was a slave. A slave to a mutant that, a very racist, I can't say the real word, a very racist mutant that wanted to kill your people anyways, call them monkeys and shit, and then you find out later on that that same guy who you were enslaved to, who you saw, you know, beat your father, just wanted, he blew up your planet, and for like part of the time, like you just thought like a meteor blew it up or whatever. And then on top of that, you are not the only surviving Saiyan. And like I can kind of understand where Vegeta came from. His pride as a prince, his pride as a Saiyan, and you get outdone by a low class dude. But the low class dude's father did try and save your people, even though he failed. Technically he didn't fail because I guess Goku's like the legacy or whatever. But like you were a slave, bro, and it's just like you gotta be better than lower niggas just to feel something, bro. And not only that, but then you got beat by him, and then you kind of forcefully got adopted into the culture of Earth. And yeah, something good came out of it. You got Bulma, you got Trunks, you gained the power of the gods. But then the same god who you trained under was the reason that your father and your entire planet was a slave to Frieza.
Mm-hmm.
That's insane. Insane, bro. Like, people don't realize how bad Vegeta's childhood actually was. And then Broly, bro. Oh, we get into Broly, bro, and it's just like Broly, his father, depending on which version you're talking about, they left through matter of circumstance. But your father never really loved you. He was afraid of you, I guess. You know, like Broly in both incarnations of Broly, his father Paragus was afraid of Broly because first of all, Z Broly, that nigga could not read or talk, like brain dead the whole time. Then your father makes a computer to make you even more stupid because if you get too smart, you'll blow up the entire universe. Which I get that, but instead of trying to like maybe understand and try to find other ways, like you're trapped in your own mind, bro. And him knowing that. And so I understand why Z Broly lost his fucking shit and killed his dad. Like that's one of the first people when he became the legendary Super Saiyan. You know what I'm saying? Now the whole Goku crying thing that made him crazy, that's a little stupid. That's really dumb. It's fucking stupid. But when he really grabbed Paragus when he got the pod, first of all, your dad's a bitch. He tried to leave when he couldn't do anything about you. So I can understand him being like, nah, nigga, you think that you could just get away from me? You never loved me. You was afraid of me. I could kill you right now. Matter of fact, run these hands. Boom, squish that nigga. Blew his ass up. So I get that. And then you got Super Broly, right? Super Broly, when he comes to play, he's a little bit more sympathetic, but it's still the same shit, bro. The only friend, like, first of all, Paragus killed the only other means of, like, Saiyan contact that these niggas could have had. Because it's us or them. Bro, y'all could have had extra help. So Broly had no friends besides you. Y'all are on a planet that is hostile, and if you weren't strong enough and Broly didn't have the potential, y'all could have died. And then when Broly made friends with one of the things that was trying to kill you, you heard it. How fucked up do you have to be? Like,
Like,
bro,
come
come
on, bro.
on, bruh. That's
Right.
fucked. That's fucked. And then you got, of course, we know about Trunks, the future Trunks, not the Trunks in the main timeline, but future Trunks. Like, bro, he was just trying to save his timeline, bro. He saw everybody he knows die. His mom's dead. Like, come on, man. Like, and then the gods are like, you can't do that. Like, give him the benefit of the doubt. What would you do in that moment? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say about Dragon Ball Z, bro. I could go on forever about Dragon Ball Z. Bro, that's crazy. And then Frieza, I want to feel sympathetic for Frieza because it's like his whole family, of course, is rich. He was thrown into this industry where he could have all this power, but honestly, Frieza's father was never really like he never really, I guess, gave him the credit that he deserved because, like, yeah, what they're doing is fucked up, but Frieza deserved a little bit of credit. You know, King Cold was kind of like a piece of shit, and honestly, I think that if he had the chance to throw Frieza under the bus, he would. First of all,
Mm-hmm.
these niggas gotta change forms to have genitals. These niggas, bro, these niggas, first of all, Frieza's so short, he made a transformation to get taller, and they had no genitals, so they had to make a transformation that makes underwear, bro. Come on, bro.
I
Actually,
forgot
bro,
about that.
fun fact. Fun fact. Frieza's form, the regular Frieza that we're used to, the all white with the purple accents.
Yeah, that's his original form. Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually his base. Yeah.
You know, which
And
is
then
why he made himself get taller.
Oh, okay. I see what you're saying. That he made himself revert. Okay, yeah, that's what you're saying.
Like he said, it was like to make him hold his power back, which I believe that. But come on, bro, you can't tell me that the nigga who literally was going to get the Dragon Balls and almost blew up an entire planet to wish to be 5 centimeters taller. You can't tell me that wasn't the other reason behind you having those other transformations. Why don't you just make another transformation that looks like your all white one but taller? You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I kind of understand it though. If I capped out at 5 foot, I want a transformation to be a little bit taller too. That's just me though.
Hey, especially when you're looking at that cover, like that cover of Goku and Frieza when he's like Goku's like literally bent over looking down on him.
Right.
It's like, all right, motherfucker, you get two of those.
Oh my god, Frieza really got short man syndrome, bro.
Like, bro, really got to pull a stool out to look somebody in the eye. Like, let's be serious.
No, for sure. I'm mad for Frieza now, man.
Exactly.
Right.
The motherfuckers might have opposite opinions and be like, "What the fuck?" But come on, bro, y'all gotta look at that. Y'all gotta look at it from his point of view. You know,
Right.
he may be prejudiced, you know, but like, oh shit, oh man. Hey, so Ceedar, now we gotta hear your opinion on an anime character who has a worse backstory than the main character, because I know you got one.
Listen, man, I do got one. I've had conversations about this subject multiple times with my friends because we all had different opinions. We were all sitting there arguing. But this is just me. Personally, a side character I feel like who has a worse backstory than the main character, don't kill me now,
Oh god.
is Gaara from Naruto.
Yes, absolutely.
Facts.
It's like, I get it, because Naruto definitely had a horrible childhood, but in the end, bro made friends, you know?
Mhm.
But Gaara, as he was born, they put Shukaku in him. So they put, you know, the one-tailed Jinchuriki in him. Due to that, his mom had ended up dying. Everyone was terrified of the boy, and he had like mental issues because Shukaku would not let him sleep, because as soon as he falls asleep, Shukaku would take over and try to kill the boy, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Gaara's like a smooth 4 or 5, walking around the village, trying to make friends. People are scared of him because they know what they is. Next thing you know, a hit was put out on him by his own daddy.
Damn.
I'm sitting here like, this is crazy. And now the pushback I get is because, well, Naruto didn't have parents, but guess what? If they were there, they would have loved that boy. But his dad was there. He tried to kill him. You
Ooh,
put a
you
hit
know
out
what?
on your own son. Your own siblings did not interact with you until you were like 16 and you had somewhat of a stable mind.
Mm-hmm. Damn.
I mean,
I
sure,
low-key forgot about that.
Yeah, and like, sure, bro got some goated powers or whatever, but your own siblings refuse to look you in the eye. They're sitting there saying, "Yes, Gara," as if like you're their master or something. That's terrible. Your family's afraid of you. Your own dad tried to kill you. Everyone hates you. And even when he became Kazekage, a lot of people were still like, I don't know. Because, I
Right.
mean, I feel like I get it. Naruto's was definitely bad. But for me, I don't know. A father putting a hit out on his own son is kind of crazy.
That is
It
wild.
is.
'Cause I'm trying to. So my dilemma with this is like Naruto's backstory is pretty shitty.
It's fucked up.
However, it's. I don't even think you got to the main meat of it, which is, and if you said it, I must have missed it. But it's not even just the fact that like his dad put the hit on it. It's the only nigga, the only relative that he had that he felt comfortable with was the nigga that carried the hit out.
Exactly.
Yup.
And he told that nigga like, "Yeah, bro, I never loved you. I hated
That
you."
was like his mom's brother or something. I forgot.
Yeah,
I think that's like his mom's brother, his uncle or whatever, right?
it was
I
his
remember
mom's
seeing that
brother.
the first time, and I watched Naruto when it was first coming out as a kid, right? I remember I'm seeing this. I'm like, whoa, whoa, like, why y'all doing him like this? He didn't ask for this.
That's wild.
Bro. That's yeah.
Hey, Neji also has a pretty shitty backstory too, though.
See, Neji was one I was thinking about too, because honestly, when the topic was first brought up, I immediately thought about Naruto and a bunch of Naruto characters. And the first people on my mind were really Gaara and Neji. Now, I've kind of put Neji towards the back because it wasn't as bad as some other ones, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it's pretty bad by any normal standards.
Are we just gonna leave out like Rock Lee, Pain, Obito,
Oh man.
Kakashi?
See, here's the thing. That's what the first I thought about Naruto characters first when you brought up the topic. So I'm having to filter it down, like, because let's be real. Because listen, like, there's only a handful of characters who you can actually be like, yeah, they had a decent childhood. Because a good portion of Naruto characters, you look at any of their childhoods or their backstories, and you're sitting here kind of like, yo, like, how are y'all functioning? How are you sane?
You said what now?
I don't think Rock Lee was that bad. I mean, worst case scenarios, he would have just been a civilian.
Yeah.
Right. And honestly, that's like the safest option.
But yeah, nah. But then again, it's like, dang, the Obito one is kind of trippy. So look, Obito's backstory. Okay, I get. Let's clarify something real quick. When we say backstory, do we mean like their childhood, or do we mean everything before their introduction?
I feel like it should include everything before the introduction.
Yeah, because most of Obito's like backstory was, his childhood, and because he had to deal with like Rin being murdered and her being the Jinchuriki, and then thinking that his best friend is the reason why she's dead this whole time, bro.
I know. Oh, it's so sick.
And then Kakashi having to deal with that, and then Kakashi's backstory is even worse because you remember what happened with him and his dad and shit.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like Naruto's story was bad, right? The third Hokage, we can all now agree after all these years, third Hokage, he's fucked up.
Thank you.
He's very fucked up.
Thank you.
Fuck Sarutobi, bro.
Because every time I say it, they're like, nah, don't do Sarutobi like that.
Man. Explain to me how Sarutobi was fucked up.
Bro, no, I got this. Okay, first of all, Minato, before him and what's Naruto's name? Mother's name? Kushina. Bro, before they die, bro, Minato entrusted Naruto this nigga and told him, take care of my son. Don't let him, be treated any differently. Like he wanted this nigga. Yeah, he got him a little fucking apartment and shit with spoiled milk and old ramen and shit. Bro, he literally could have like trained this nigga. He could have trained him to hone this shit because Sarutobi's not new to Jinchuriki dealing with this shit because them being taken over. He could have trained him. He let the people in the village treat him like shit. He let this nigga basically be on depressed, Let this nigga go into the dirt, bro. Depressed, alone, nothing, bro. He could have fathered this nigga, bro, but he was just gonna let that shit happen. He was even trying to hide that shit from Naruto. He was trying to keep Naruto from figuring out the truth because he was afraid, like Gaara, like people were afraid of Gaara. He kept this shit secret from Naruto because he was afraid that Naruto would lose his shit when he could have told Naruto what happened. Let him know that he didn't even tell his dad. He didn't even tell him that his dad was the fourth Hokage, knowing that this nigga wants to be the Hokage.
Right.
If anything, that would have inspired Naruto even more to be the Hokage, bro. Like, whoa, my dad was really cool. I'm gonna be like him. I have a what inside of me? Oh, well, I'm not gonna let that shit take me. But no, he let this nigga have the one of not the worst childhood, but one of the worst childhoods in Naruto, bro. And when I really put that shit together when I was older and I really understood a little bit more, he's kind of fucked up, and Naruto's not the only person he's done this shit to, bro.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. And there's more. I blame Sarutobi for anything that had happened to Itachi. Because first of all, you let Donzo run rampant for the
Uchiha!
time, bro. And
Yes!
so when the whole Uchiha coup was going on, the original idea was to have Shizui, just put everyone under what was it, an infinite Tsukiyomi, or just erase what was about to happen, right?
Yeah.
But you got Donzo be like, LOL, Teehee, watch this, bro. Get Shizui's eyes, right? Comes back and he was like, well, we don't have Shizui. Get Itachi to kill them all. And I understand that there was a council and they had to vote or whatever.
Fuck
but
that.
here's the problem: you're the Hokage. Why do they matter? So instead of, and the only reason that a coup was even started was because the Uchihas were blamed for the whole, Nine Tails running rampant. So if y'all had just moved them back to their original position in the village, this wouldn't have happened.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, Sarutobi, he was just like, well, my hands are tied, I guess. Kill him.
All right,
Like,
let me play devil's advocate real quick, right?
All right.
When it comes to Sarutobi. So on paper, all that shit sounds terrible, right?
Mm-hmm.
All that shit sounds terrible. Okay, so I think there was 3 points. I know there's 2 off the top of my head, but I think there was 3 solid points that y'all made, which was 1, they could have told him who his dad was, so Naruto could have been inspired. So he withheld inspiration. He could have took Naruto under his wing, and then I think the third one was pretty much this is Naruto's living situation, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's look at all 3 of those. So I'm not gonna lie, those don't sound that bad, but here's why though. Here's why. The reason why Naruto's is named Uzumaki instead of, was it Namikaze?
Yeah.
Like that. The reason why that is his name is because like you don't want your enemies, the enemies that the Yellow Flash has made, which that motherfucker has made a lot. You don't want these are the Yellow Flash to go after any offspring. So by naming Naruto Uzumaki, that kind of protects him from that. If you name Naruto Namikaze, or I mean, sorry, if you tell Naruto that yeah, your dad was the fourth Hokage, think about early Naruto. That motherfucker was a loudmouth. He would have
snitched.
He would have said something.
Definitely would have snitched.
But wait. But you're missing the fact that everybody in and outside of the Leaf Village knew who Naruto was and knew that the Nine Tails was in him. Even people outside of the village knew who he was.
I don't think. Here's the thing, though. I will say they knew that he was the Nine Tails, but I don't ever remember them specifically knowing that he was Minato's kid. All that I think now, if I'm wrong, then y'all are free to correct me. But I think that they didn't know that it was Minato's son. They just knew that the Nine Tails was put in this kid. That's all they knew. Because I feel like if they would have known that this was Minato's kid, they would not have dared to treat that kid like that.
At the very least, it would have balanced out the Nine Tails, but that's also Minato's son. So it would have balanced out to where he would have. So I would say that I don't think that they knew that he was the fourth Hokage's son. But okay, so what my first point is, I think that it is a bit smarter to withhold Naruto from that information because you don't want him blurting out. You don't want that information to be common knowledge. So you kind of have that, right? And then the second was taking Naruto under his wing.
Yeah.
So you also want to consider the fact that like as Hokage, you're responsible for everybody, and you haven't giving one person special attention puts attention on that person.
Yeah.
And so like, what's stopping if he trains Naruto, even if it's like one day a month? Anybody who got trained by Hokage, like at any point, is going to get some level of attention on them. And I think the last thing you want to do is to take attention off Naruto. I mean, can we all at least agree that the civilians knowing that Naruto had the nine-tailed fox in him was not the third Hokage's fault? That was just people running their fucking mouth.
All right,
Yeah,
I'll give you that one.
because the only person who truly didn't know was the kids and Naruto himself, because there was specifically a gag order not to tell him what was going on with him.
Exactly. So I say he tried to prevent that. So those like with those two things right there, I think that was more so to protect Naruto. And then the third one with his living situation, yeah, that sucks. Like the rotten milk, man. Like that's. But is that his fault though? Like if you, because the rotten milk thing that happened during like after he was like a guinea, right? That was with the whole training thing. He had diarrhea that day.
Yeah, but that's been his like. It's just like because I think Saratobi would deliver him food like every so often because I don't think Naruto really had that much money. Like I know he had like a few
I
coins and
specifically
shit.
remember a scene
He
where
would give him like a little allowance. He would bring him groceries and all that. But you got to remember, this is a kid with no parental guidance. He doesn't know how to take care of himself whatsoever. So that's what's really getting to me. I'm like, dang, you didn't have someone like watching him, or you could have at least signed him up. I know somebody's adopting there. I know somebody's adopting. Like, come on now.
No, that's big facts. So I would say out of all of that, I'll say the worst one is probably the living conditions. Because even when Sasuke was orphaned and he was being taken care of by the third Hokage as well.
Oh, he was living nice.
Yeah, he had a cool little apartment, man. Like he had that Hey Arnold joint. But like, you know what I'm saying? He had a cool little apartment, but he also had parental guidance up until that age to teach him right from wrong at a fundamental level. And Naruto never had that. So I'll say that's probably the worst thing. But to be fair, though, I said I was playing devil's advocate. I agree wholeheartedly that, yeah, the third Hokage could have done a lot better. I just think that those are solid rebuttals to that argument.
That's cool. I agree.
I agree with you on that. Yeah.
That shit definitely sucks.
If we want to talk about terrible parents, I'll get into that in a second. Because I think you know where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
Oh boy, let's talk about fucking Endeavor and the Todoroki family.
Oh, for sure.
Oh my god. And it's not just Endeavor. Everybody's like, oh, Endeavor's a terrible dad. Let's talk about his fucking mom. Let's talk about Todoroki's fucking mom, bro. Like, I get, yes, I understand she was abused, and she basically was like a sperm bank or whatever. And anybody would probably go crazy at that point, but then you're gonna put that shit on your kids, bro. Come on, bro. And to the point where you threw one kid out in the trash who became a villain. And then and mileage spoilers ahead, by the way, for people who don't read the. Okay, for the people who haven't read the manga, minor spoilers. All right, y'all gonna wait. You're gonna wait until the son that you threw out, whose fire is so he didn't learn how to take care of like his body enough. You're gonna wait till he gets to the point where he fucking explodes and is becoming a nuke to be like, we're sorry for letting our mistakes get in the way, and now y'all want to sacrifice yourselves? Are you serious? Like, yeah, Endeavor is trying to like redeem himself with the rest of the kids, but you gonna wait till the last second with the one who literally turned evil? Come on, bro.
Right. You know what's crazy to me? 'Cause I can definitely get in. The only reason I don't give their mom as much flack as I give Endeavor is simply because there's this thing called postpartum depression, which I very much believe she had, and also she got locked on a psych ward for a reason. Unfortunately, the abuse, her parents quite literally selling her to Endeavor. I mean, I understand going crazy. I don't condone what she did to Shoto, no, whatsoever, not at all. But I definitely don't rag on her as much as Endeavor. But Endeavor? How are you so insecure in your own abilities that you literally buy a woman, pop out a couple of kids just to surpass him? Like, let's be real. And then your oldest son, which, mind you fought Dabi on a multiple occasions. You're telling me you didn't know that was your kid? Let's be like this. You have to be the worst father reward. First time I'm watching My Hero, Dobby pops up on the screen. I'm like,
He has fire.
and knowing that quirks are basically genetic, I'm sitting here like,
Hmm.
That it was the blue eyes. Once I saw those blue eyes, I was like, yeah, there's something going on there.
Yeah,
I
bro.
saw the quirk in the eyes, and I was like, in
I knew
the
that shit right off
hairstyle,
the bat,
and the
bro.
hairstyle off rip. I'm like, yeah, that's your brother, bro. Like that's your endeavor. Get your kid. Like what happened? And people were so shocked when it was revealed. I'm sitting here like, yeah,
Like I knew
we've
that
been
shit
here.
the whole time. Like the fuck y'all talking about?
But this is how bad it is. So your son, your oldest son, who people think is dead, just because bro basically nuked himself to the point where his skin, that purple stuff, is just his fried off dead skin that he stapled back onto himself because his own power just about incinerated himself. You have your daughter who she's trying to piece everything together. She's trying her best, but failing because no one wants to interact with Endeavor. Your oldest son, bro's off to college. He finna work in a hospital, right? He's like, yeah, I want nothing to do with you. Die. Like, and you got Shoto. Shoto, I'm gonna be honest with you. Shoto, that boy's funny. Because whenever Endeavor had gotten injured in that fight with the Nomu, and bro had a nasty scar on his face, bro came home. Here goes Shoto. He goes, that's a nice scar. Slurping his noodle. I was like, yeah, you're sick. That's hilarious. It was like, how do your kids hate you this much that they're ragging on you like this? They don't want to be around you. They want nothing to do with you. And I get that he's trying to have his whole, redemption arc or whatever. And a lot of people, because I've had this conversation multiple times too. And a lot of people are like, but he is now the #1 hero. He's currently the strongest. I don't care.
He's the #1 hero by default, nigga. like yo, people still afraid of this nigga, bro, and they still treat him the same. Like, and at first he was like, I can redeem myself by becoming a great hero and saving people. No, you're still a shitty human being, bro.
You have over 25 years of being a horrible personality to people, even if it's not even to your own family. So of course people are gonna be like, mind you, now that it's made public, why have nobody done anything about it? So it's now public that this man was abusing his wife and kids, and everybody's just like, well, he is the #1 hero. Like, huh? Is that what we're doing now?
Stain was right. Stain was right.
Bro, I say it all the time. Stain was spitting.
Stain
because
was spitting hard facts.
Don't need to be up there.
Like, bro, like what it's like when I first read what Endeavor did. At first, I felt bad for Midoriya, because it's like, oh, you're in a world where pretty much everyone has superpowers. It's kind of fucked up. Your dad's not there. Blah blah blah. He might possibly be related to Nana Shimura.
Right.
But damn, Todoroki and Shigaraki kind of got you beat, my guy.
Ooh, especially Shigaraki, bro. First time I saw bro's backstory, I said, yeah, there was literally no other path for him than to become a horrible villain. There's nothing no one could have done. Well, I mean, a hero could have gotten him, but guess what? Nobody reached out. All for One got to him first, and people are like, oh, Shigaraki this, Shigaraki that. He didn't have a choice.
Yep.
All for One swooped that boy up. Lord, his parents were, whoa, his whole backstory, his dad being an absolute douchebag because, his mom was Nana Shimura, and he was like, she abandoned me. I don't want my son being a hero. Just being just a horrible dad. Bro's quirk activated by accident. He didn't mean to kill everyone except for his dad. No, he meant that. I'm sorry. There's nothing you can convince me to say that he didn't meant that, because that was wild. But I mean, what else can you do? This kid is like you get your quirks around the age of 4 or 5. 4, they said. So this is a 4-year-old with a quirk that destroys anything he touches. What and no hero's trying to help him. No one's trying to help him. He gets picked up by All for One. What else is there for him to do?
Facts.
Facts.
Bro, there he had no chance at life. None. Like it's real crazy.
Bro, it's just like,
yeah. Going back to the Endeavor thing.
Oh yeah.
Going back to the Endeavor thing. The thing about Endeavor is, which I don't like. Okay, so the thing about Endeavor is that, to me, Endeavor's biggest crime was being too invested in his work. Like that's literally everything that
Mhm.
anything that you can say to him is all going to trace back to that. Is that he was so obsessed with the idea of being number one that he did some fucked up shit, and then once he realized that number one was out of his league, he tried to produce a number one. You know, so like
Mhm.
I would definitely Endeavor was a. It's a weird thing because it's like it's easy to say Endeavor was a terrible like has anybody seen like Power? Anybody watch Power at all?
Power.
I don't think so.
That
Not
one
yet.
that one show that was on the PlayStation Network.
I have no idea. It's the show that 50 Cent made, but so
Oh, oh,
it's like
oh, 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 okay.
Oh
yeah,
yeah, I haven't seen it.
but yeah, no. So like it's kind of like a similar situation because it's like whenever can you be called bad for wanting so much for your child? You know what I'm saying? It's like, and obviously the answer to that is yes, you can, because sometimes your wants doesn't always align with their want. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? Um, so that's always bad, but it's a situation where it's like expectation versus reality, which is like I want you to be better for yourself, or I want you to be the best possible thing, be better than me. Like that's really like, when you
Mhm.
look at it from that standpoint, it's like that's not so bad. Like a father wanting his kids to be better than him, like that's not a bad thing to think of. But in practice, the way that he on paper it doesn't sound bad, but in practice it was terrible. Like your son dies in the field, and then you come home and you're like, all right, Shoto, get your ass out here. You next, nigga. Like,
You would think that his son, quote unquote, dying would be the whole change around, but no, the whole change around, the whole revelation that he got was simply because when he became number one by de facto, because All Might had to quit. All Might
yeah,
was forced to retire because bro, he could not carry on. So that was your realization, and not your son dying. Like you said, it sounds good on paper, but the way bro practiced was
terrible,
awful,
Mhm. Mhm.
awful.
terrible. So for are we like, do you have any more to say about this? Because I know exactly who I want to give to the worst parent.
Yeah, go ahead,
I
bro.
mean,
Yeah.
I'm good.
Okay, cool. So for the worst parent, I wanted to give it to every parent in the Pokemon universe.
Bro, them
Because you,
kids.
My
Bro,
God.
them kids got terrible fucking childhoods, bro.
bro, you got me
No, because why
fucked
are
up.
you 10 years old wandering the entire world? What?
Bro,
What is your
bro, this nigga ass said, "Mom, I'm going to fight animals." Okay, son, have a good day. You don't want to know when I'm coming back? I don't give a fuck. Oh,
Bro, it's
your
like
10-year-old is essentially going out in the world to fight in what is essentially glorified dog ring fights.
with the power of nukes. Like,
And you're just cool with that?
and you're just fine with that. Like, bro, like, I'm like, bro, whenever you go, if you was to go back and watch vanilla Pokemon, and you go back and watch vanilla Pokemon,
oh,
and I'm talking before Ash even had all three starters. Like, whenever you're going through that and you're seeing like, oh yeah, Gary was just here, but another person from Pallet Town quit. It's like motherfucker, like this is Route 2. Someone quit and
Right.
went home already. It is dangerous out here. Like, think about the camping. Think about
Not
the think
to,
about, think about the camping that you have to do every
right.
single night. Think about the food that you have to do. Like you hunt. Like, do you even know how to hunt? What are they eating? Like, is everybody vegan and eating vegetarian pellets, or is this like,
bro.
are you hunting
Right.
On
meat?
top of that, bro, see, like in the real game of Pokemon, right? Like the anime was made for children, so they couldn't like do anything too violent. But in the real game of Pokemon, before Pokemon was a card game and before it was an anime, in the games, these Pokemon literally like kill each other, like
Yeah.
That's
bleed
what
and
I'm
like
saying.
suck
Like
blood,
in
bro.
Arceus,
That's
like
a,
when they were
that's a
explaining it in Arceus, how they
traumatizing.
were explaining that they weren't used to Pokemon and that they were out there killing folks and killing each other and eating folks. I was like, Pokemon are terrifying. Why are you letting a 10-year-old walk around like this?
10-year-old, yo, with no money. Like, think, no
No
money.
No
money.
money. Bro, imagine you chilling and you walk into a for alligator. What do you do?
Nothing. Nothing. And then let's put the cherry on top of that. Everybody knows Team Rocket is a thing. Everybody knew Team Magma was a thing. You're sending your 10-year-old to walk an entire country with a criminal mob-like organization out there that's robbing people.
Like, bro, how neglectful of a parent do you have to be to not factor in those? If that was my kid, I'd be like, yeah, so I knew you were getting ready to go on your first Pokemon journey. So I got you like a Nido King to take on the way. It's fully trained. I got you some food, at least for the first few weeks. I would teach my kids how to like at least make food. Like fucking Brock knows how to cook. I think every kid in Pokemon needs to know how to cook like Brock. Every single one. Every single
You
one.
better than me. I'm
Nigga,
not letting the kid out the house until they either 18 and a fully, and I mean a fully evolutionized Pokemon. Otherwise, you're not leaving the house because this is crazy.
And bro, first of all, 2 points, right? I will whoop my parents' ass if they let me walk out the house with a Poliwhirl or Wooper, bro. You know that Pokemon like
level 2 at
level
that.
2. You know that there are Pokemon out there like Groudon, like Kyogre, like Zapdos, like Arceus, like Entei. You know that there are things out there like that on top of Team Rocket, like DR said. And you gonna let me walk out the house with a Wooper?
No, you know what's worse? If you let me walk out with a bug Pokemon, a bug type,
Bro.
yeah, we're beefing.
Bro, that nigga get hungry one time.
You hate me. You hate me at this point. Like, why are you having me walk out of the house with a Caterpie that isn't even leveled?
It's not even that. You let me leave the house with no Pokemon and expected a stranger to give me a good one.
Right.
On top of that, you knew the Pikachu wanted to kill this nigga.
Right. And mind you, it don't take a lot of volts to truly just end it all.
Off a nigga.
Bro, if this wasn't an anime, bro, Ash would have been dead in the first 5 minutes, bro.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how are you a 10-year-old able to navigate like this? Like, what is going on?
That's what I'm saying, bro. His mom
Like, this is plot armor to the max.
Like, bro, a phone call would be nice. Like, oh yeah, Ash, how's your Pokemon journey been? Well, let's see. Pikachu tried to kill me a couple times. I almost got murdered by a Charizard because I wanted to catch it. I fought a mutant god, got turned to stone and died. Came back to life because I guess we're in some weird magical world. I almost got mugged by these adults who rob children. Like, bro, like, come on, bro.
Right.
Yeah, that's wild.
My bully wants to literally murk me and my Pokemon.
Right. And for what reason?
Some black Air Force.
All I'm saying is, the moment I see an Onyx, I'm turning around and I'm going right back home because what?
Straight home. Oh,
because
you bro.
Like size charts about how big these Pokemon are. Why is this thing as tall as a building?
Bro.
What do I look like trying to catch this thing? I'm going home.
Oh, don't! If I was born in Pokemon, don't let me be born in a place surrounded by water, bro. Because the second I see a Gyarados, I'm dying of a heart attack. A Gyarados, first of all, a Gyarados is big as fuck. Second of all, I have thalassophobia. Right. If I go out to the ocean and I see a Kyogre, I see a Gyarados, I see a Lugia that wants to be on Demon Time because Lugias are normally pretty nice last time I checked. But if I run into the wrong Lugia, because there are multiple, I'm dead.
Dead.
You know, it's crazy. It wouldn't even take much for me because I'm a little scaredy cat. I'm not gonna lie to you. I could be, you know, on the safest boat. I see a Sharpedo. Yeah, turn this around. I'm going off. I want to go home.
Bro, these niggas literally have literal dinosaurs, bro. Literal dinosaurs. Rampardos is small, but that nigga is strong as fuck.
And you pull up with a Tyrannosaur, I'm going home. You hear me? I'm going home.
Oh man, look. Imagine
this is a T-Rex.
Can you imagine they say, hey man, the item that you're looking to is in this Pokemon graveyard at the very top floor?
Oh, let a ghost fight Pokemon come at me, bro. I'm going home.
No, because those are the scariest things to me.
Going into Lavender Town. Think about that. Like Lavender
Town.
This shit costs Caesars in real life.
Exactly.
Oh shit. Oh fuck, dude. Like,
I'm not doing that. Because them Ghastlies be looking mad crazy, right? I'm not doing that. I'm not.
Oh,
I refuse, bro.
There's a CG guy. that he makes videos of like what lifelike Pokemon would look in the real
Oh,
world.
I've seen those. That's exactly what I was thinking
Yeah,
Terrifying.
about too.
and I'm thinking about how the
Terrifying.
Ghastlies and shit looked in there, and that was terrifying.
Terrifying. Bro, now even on top of that, you literally have a category of Pokemon called poison type, bro. Poison.
Mhm.
You run into a poison type Pokemon that wants to throw hands, you're
Right,
dead.
you're dead. You
You're
know, the
dead.
crazy part is that's like my preferred type to use whenever I'm playing the game, right? I'm like, yeah, poison types all the way. I see that in real life. I run into a toxicity. Not only am I getting punched with a poison jab, I'm getting electrocuted at the same time. What is
Mm-hmm.
this?
And your
What is
eardrum
this?
get blown out.
And what am I supposed to do about this? This is horrible. At this point, I've never seen a gun in the Pokemon universe, but at this point, you know, and the worst part is with some of them, my gun might not even work.
Strap at
You're
you.
just
I
done.
choose you.
Hey, you know what? Team Rocket ain't looking so bad after all. Them, at least they get supplied. Like, you get that
Oh,
bazooka.
Right.
Let me get that escape balloon.
Like, bro, you know, like By the way, I don't endorse joining a gang, but if I was a Pokemon, hey, look, gang life for.
That's what I'm saying. Because guess what? You get
Oh,
supplies. You get handed Pokemon. So you ain't got to worry about doing all that yourself.
shit, I try to join the other syndicates because Team Rocket ends up going into the dirt anyways.
Oh, yeah. Oh, God.
Well, don't they come back as a Rainbow Rocket though, or like the Neo Rocket, some shit like that. I don't
Something
know.
like that,
Bro,
yeah.
I stopped keeping count. I'm not even going to hold you.
Shit, better catch me
They,
in
they
one of these
started coming out
villages
with
where
new
Pokemon live
generations
in
of
peace, bro.
They started coming out with new generations of Pokemon, and I stopped paying attention because they all started looking the same. And I'm
Like,
like, oh,
bro, I sit on one wrong rock, bro, and it's over.
bro, I'm saying it's a Geodude popping out of nowhere. Like, bro, like, please, bro, I'm tired. I want to go home.
No, you
Oh, what's
find
that
one
in the horizon?
Pokeball, you find one Pokeball in the wild, and it's really a Voltorb. And I'm over
Oh,
to
Oh,
self
my
destruct.
God,
damn.
you're
Damn.
done. It's over.
Oh
It's
my
over.
god, bro. What's another one? What was another one? Psychic type Pokemon. They're the worst. Worse than gas, worse than poison.
See, and the only one you would probably survive is an Abra, simply because they would try to leave.
Yep. But you run into an Alakazam, oh, you done.
Hey, if I look here's how you get away from that though, because of psychic, you would assume that they can communicate telepathically. So the whole time I'll be like, "I won't hurt you, bro. I swear." Like, and I feel like
Nah.
let me
Because
go.
you maybe could do that with an Alakazam, but you run into a Psyduck, oh, it's over.
Yeah, you're done.
Yeah, a
Oh, yeah,
Psyduck's kind of a little slow, all of them. So you run into it, bro. I read an article and I watched a couple videos. Psyducks release psionic waves so strong that they can cause earthquakes. That's how strong that they are, bro.
Yeah, you're dying. That's it. That's it. That's all.
The reason why Psyducks hold their head like literally all the fucking time is because their own power hurts their head, bro. Until they evolve into a Golduck.
Jesus Christ.
So technically, Psyducks are stronger than Golducks, which they shouldn't be, but they are. They
This
are.
is horrible. And then
Fuck.
imagine, and then you get those who are like, the sites are deceiving too. Imagine you run into a butterfly, you're sitting there like, oh, cute, a huge butterfly. Next thing you know, you're on the ground seizing because you got like hypnotized or something, or they hit you with a Psy Blast or something. You're like, yo,
It's official. Every Pokemon kid has a terrible childhood. They all do. They all do, except for
you
maybe
have
like the
to, because
bullies, I
there's no
guess.
way. Every event that they've been through been through can be labeled as traumatic because Pokemon are terrifying.
Parents are
Man, this is
neglectful
scary.
as fuck. That's crazy.
If you're Gary, you good though, man. They gave him a whip. He had the cheerleaders in the back seat, man. He was just driving to the gym battles, man. Like,
Right.
Man,
what
fuck
about him?
Gary.
You picking favorites, like, yeah.
Why the hell was he driving that tent?
You know?
That's why. See, and you know, it never clicks until you're older. You're sitting there like, hold on.
Wait a
Like,
minute. Hey yo. Oh.
just 'cause when you're
Oh,
younger, you don't
bro.
question it.
Like, what the fuck, dude? That's some crazy shit,
And why
bro.
was Ash trying to save the world at the age of 10? How are you running into like 18 legendary Pokemon within a span of a month? Stop it. Stop
People be
it.
like, oh,
Like,
but he chose that journey. Nah, get your ass back in this house, finish school,
that's
then you can go on your
guess
Pokemon
what?
journey.
Plenty of other people choose that journey, and they're not running into Entei. They're not running into Suicune. Like, stop it, bro. Stop. Just stop.
Just to lose majority of the Pokemon battles you was in, bro.
Bro, I would be sick.
Majority
I'm
of
not
the
gonna lie.
Pokemon leagues Ash gets his ass kicked so fucking much, bro.
And the crazy part is, Pokemon battles essentially are cruel. They're dog fights. Because imagine you're bonding with your Pokemon. Essentially, these are your friends slash pets or whatever you want to label them as, right? Just to see him get beat to the ground for just to be labeled as the greatest Pokemon master. Yeah, you're sick. You're sick.
Terrible,
Like
bro.
what? Pokemon are our friends. Why are you sending them out to do your bidding? Think about some
Pokemon got the real worst childhoods.
against any water Pokemon. You send out Charizard, you're sick. Like why would
Bro.
like, this is a setup.
Bro, that's
For sure.
that's oh man. All right, guys, we are at the 54-minute mark. Um, at this point, for the first episode, we'll go a little bit longer than the next episodes. But at this point, um, I want you guys to, because I'm not going to do it first, but I want you guys to let everybody know where they can find you, the name of your, DR, like the name of your manga again, um, and tell them where they can follow you, what content of yours they can support. Um, yeah, give your outro, and yeah.
All right, all right. Well, everybody, again, I'm Ceedar. If you want to find my socials on Instagram, I am CEEDARR, easy to find. Most of my stuff I end up posting on TikTok. I'm not doing content, well, mostly anime and gaming content as of now. I was taking a break, but you can also find it at, again, Ceedar, CEEDARR. That's where you guys can find me. And that's about it.
I will put that in the description.
Mm-hmm.
Bet. And for me, you can check me out on Instagram. It's all one word, Infinity Star Manga. You'll be able to see I drop random art every now and then. I drop promotional stuff for upcoming chapters. All my chapters are free to read as well, which you can check it out either on Webtoons, type in Infinity Star, or you can go to my main page, my main website, which will be shopinfinitystar.com.
Awesome. And I, again, am TRX Gaming. I'm also known as TR Comics, and you guys know that you can follow me at TR_comics on Instagram. I post art, also manga updates for upcoming chapters. I do promotional art. I do just random art uploads. I'm on here on my main YouTube channel. I'm on Twitch, and I'm on TikTok. I don't post as much as I used to on TikTok, but I'm gonna try to get back into that. And yeah, you'll also see me at DreamCon, and you're gonna see DR at DreamCon as well.
Yep.
So look out for us there. If you like the content, please let us know down below. Leave a like, a share. Let us know your comments down below, what you think your opinions are, what you think of our opinions. And yeah, make sure you hit that notification bell and subscribe if you like my content and our content together. Be sure to share with your friends, family, associates, whatever. And until the next one, guys, stay updated. Love ya.